Hey, how's it going everyone? With just a couple of days away from the update number 3 on the Festival of Friendship, we actually just got an update regarding 2 new things that's going to be added into update number 3. And so we're going to take some time in this video to go over both of these items. And you're definitely not going to want to miss the second item I go over, because that one can affect the valley quite a bit, especially related to all of the characters in the valley. So stay tuned for that. We'll go ahead and get started with the first update, which is going to be related to Kristoff Stall, because we do have item limits, and the item limits vary from 3 to 5 to 10, and so we do have to, maybe on a daily basis or whenever we're playing, have to gather these items unless we want to go and find them ourselves, right? I'll have all the item limits on the screen right now. You can see, as I mentioned, the 3s, the 5s, the 10s. A lot of these are actually going to be changed after update number 3 this Thursday, with the biggest change being the coal ores, with our limit being at 5. The new change starting on Thursday is actually going to be unlimited coal, pretty much how it used to be back in the day without any kind of limitations. We can go back to freely cooking, and I don't know how you guys feel about it going back to unlimited, but let us know in the comments down below. Are you happy about it? Are you a little upset about it? Maybe it's a bit too high of being unlimited. Maybe it could be an increase on the limit, but it leads to unlimited cooking again, and saves us more time on not having to collect this item. And then when it comes to a lot of these other items, they're going to have an increase on the limit. We don't know exactly the number that it's going to increase to. I believe that the other ones won't be unlimited like the coal, so they would just increase the limit from, let's say, drywood goes from 5 to 10 maybe, and then bricks maybe 3 to like 5 or 3 to 10. We'll have to take a look on Thursday once we have the update, but yeah, the only one we know for sure is coal ore going to unlimited. And this is why I believe the developers for Disney Dreamlight Valley are doing an amazing job, just because they're definitely listening to the people. As you can see, they're trying to find a healthy balance between fulfilling and challenging for the game. And so I know a lot of people were complaining with the limits that were added in the last update. It was kind of leading to repetition and just trivial, as they're saying right here, and so they want to make sure that it isn't trivial and it isn't repetitive for us, and we just continue to enjoy the game. And so they're willing to make updates or even go back to things how they were before if people enjoyed it more prior, which I feel like a lot of people or a lot of developers, a lot of games don't usually do that. They don't want to admit to any kind of mistake they do usually, but it looks like Disney Dreamlight Valley is doing an amazing job in terms of if they made a mistake or they feel like the people liked how things were prior, they're definitely willing to go back to how it was. So I'm definitely not mad that we're going back to a limitless coal. And it does say down here that they know how much we love cooking, and I feel like maybe a lot of people were not able to cook as much as they wanted to because of the limit on the coals. But yeah, starting on Thursday, Kristoff Stall will be updated again. I feel like this is something they're going to be doing on every update, just trying to make Kristoff Stall better and better, and so we'll see how it goes starting from Thursday. Now the second update I wanted to go over, and it's a really cool update. I kind of didn't expect it. I feel like nobody really expected it, but it is a nice thing to have if you want to use it. It's not something you have to do, but if you want to, you can use it, which they're calling training manuals. And it can be crafted to change the role of a level 10 villager, right? So if you gave, let's say, Mickey Mouse very early into the game and maybe you didn't know so much about roles, maybe you gave him a foraging one, right? And you don't really do as much foraging. Maybe you wanted to give Mickey a fishing role or a mining role because you do more of that than anything else. Now you have the opportunity to go and change his role. So they did pretty much add a caveat to this by making sure that you have to have them at level 10 to change the role, which is not too bad. I feel like a lot of people's characters in the game are already level 10, so if you're wanting to change roles around, it shouldn't be too difficult to do once you craft these training manuals. And one other thing to note here in regards to the roles that you give to the characters, there were actually tests done where if you have multiple of the same roles, let's say that you gave 3 of your characters gardening, you'll be able to get your extra crops that the game will give you randomly. But let's say you give more characters the gardening role, so that you have 4 or 5 or even 6 characters with the gardening role, you're going to be able to have a higher chance of getting those extra crops to you. So better chance, higher chance of getting extra crops, which leads to more crops in the end, which leads to you being able to have more money. So that's just something to note if you decide to change up some of the roles and you want to stack gardening or you want to stack fishing or whatnot. That's just something I wanted to point out for you in case you didn't already know. But yeah, that's the 2 newest updates that we just learned about for update number 3, a Festival of Friendship. If you want to know about the other updates going on, check out this video right here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Happy Valentine's Day and take care.